if y'all haven't seen this trade already, bro, why the fuck is Trae Young on the? Hold on, cause I don't think y'all see it. I don't think y'all know, and I don't think y'all heard. Well, y'all probably done heard. But why the hell, out of all teams, why is Trae Young on the Wizards, bro? Matter of fact, why is this a team that he decided he want to go to? I'm finna look this shit up, cause this don't make sense. Out of all the teams, bro, this nigga could have went to any team possible, but decides he wants to go to the Wizards. Let me shut myself up. I'm over here echoing. Bro, this nigga could have went to any team possible, but decides he wants to go to the Wizards. This nigga decides he wants to go to no man's land. Look at this shit. I'm finna show y'all this starting five. Look at this starting lineup for the Wizards, bro. Okay. Nah, they haven't updated this joint yet. Hold on. This starting lineup says Trae Young, Trae Young, Trae Johnson, Billa. I don't even know how to say cut name. What? Look at it. I don't even know who this is right here. No hate to this fella right here. No hate to this French hooper right here. Oh, it's not even a picture of cut. No hate to this fella right here. Hold on, y'all can't even see this. I see you now. No hate to this fella right here, but who is this? Oh, let me continue to start a lineup. Chris fucking Middleton and Alex Sarr. What are the matter of fact, and let me read out the Hawks roster. That's the Hawks roster is probably not as bad as the Wizards roster. But what are the Hawks doing, bro? That thing says C.J. McCollum, Dyson Daniel, Zach Ricochet, Jalen Johnson, and a Kongu. I don't know how to say bro first name, bro. What are they? What are both of these organizations cooking? I mean, I know the Wizards are probably happy because they get a big upgrade. They get an upgrade and don't lose nothing. You get an upgraded player and don't lose nothing. But C.J. McCollum. I'm finna look at. We finna see they rock. I'm finna. Oh no, sir. And they're 10-26. Let me go look at. Let me go see what Atlanta looks like. They're 18-21. So it's just like they're 18-21. So it's just like, what are we doing? I mean, we're not. I mean, shit. Like they're not even finna like. It's next season. Like, are they going to build around? Like, are they going to build around this nigga or some shit next season and get some better pieces to go around? Which I don't know what better. Which I don't know what are better pieces to go around Trae Young as of now because like I, I feel like his game starting to become like not needed. Like as in I guess the Wizards were in need for a star right now, but like Trae Young's game is really like not needed for them because it's just like Trae Young already comes at a disadvantage to others. Like I mean, not at a disadvantage towards you, just for the fact that you don't have a defender. You have a 22 and 11 guy, but like other than that, he's pointless. He doesn't give you nothing else, which is probably. I mean, no, I'm not gonna even contradict myself. I meant what I said. Yeah, I don't like the fact that he's over there. And now Atlanta ain't got nothing. At least we had Trae Young. At least I ain't a Hawks fan, but like I fuck with Atlanta because I'm from Georgia. But what the fuck are they doing? And he was happy to get up. I just want to know why, out of all places, bro, out of all places Trae Young went to, this probably could have been the last place he went. If we being completely honest, this could have been this could have been the last place he went. You don't even got it. Hold on, y'all. But like I was saying, this nigga Trae Young could have went anywhere but the fucking. I feel like he could have went anywhere but that. I feel like he could have went. Nah, niggas. Nah, I feel like he could have went to the Nets. That probably would have. What else? Can I see the whole fucking yada? I mean, Nets would have been fine. I would say that I've seen the Heat as an option. What else? Um, Not the fucking Wizards. Let me look in the West. Well, there's not too many options for him to go in the West, but he could have went not to the Wizards. If that's like if you went to the Wizards, you were better off staying where you was at. He could have went to the Raptors. That would have made more sense, and they don't even need that nigga. That's crazy though. Like matter of fact, if anything, they could have Giannis. I mean, they could have got Giannis and Trae Young to group up together. If anything, because those are two players that are hooping and not getting nothing out of their team. If anything, matter of fact, Trae Young should have did some calling to see if he could get somebody else to come over there with him. Cause this shit here ain't going. I gotta watch their next game. I'm ready to see next. I'm ready to see what Trae Young does in that Wizard jersey. Cause and we're finna watch a nasty decline of the Hawks. What are the Hawks cooking after the fact though? Y'all know, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are the Hawks gonna do after this? CJ McCollum's like how old? Probably like 33. Yeah, he's 34. What are you planning to do with that? Hey, no niggas got free will, and I guess they finna use it to their advantage. I don't know what the fuck the Hawks are doing. Hey, think about it. And you want to know something crazy? In 2018, you traded Luka for Trae Young and don't have neither one of them niggas now. You don't got Trae Young or Luka. You got rid of two of your potential faces of the Hawks. Matter of fact, I'm finna look up the whole trade details. Oh yeah, then this nigga walked off mid-game happy as shit. Nigga cheesing his ass off. Wait. This nigga was sitting there for just CJ McCollum and Corey Crispert? This nigga was traded away for fucking nothing. See, and then this nigga had no fucking value. You just got traded away for fucking nothing. You got traded away for fucking nothing. Next person that needs to get traded is fucking Giannis needs to leave the Bucks, or either somebody goes to the Bucks or either somebody comes or he leaves. I say he need to leave. And if we being completely honest, he probably need to get up out of there. Cause like they just wasting his time. He's just wasting his time. They're like 16 and whatever the fuck they are. What's their record? I was just looking at it. $16-21. Yeah, nah, bro. Nah, man. Anyways. I just had to yap about that shit. I ain't gonna lie. That shit kind of pissed me off when I seen that junk last night. Nah. I ain't like that. Cause like, dang, not the what's called don't got nothing. Not the Hawks ain't got nothing. This season's finna be. And we're at the halfway point in the season. We got probably how many games have we played? 38 games. Yeah, we're at the halfway point. Well, never mind. They were a playing team at best anyway. Not like it fucking matters for them, but.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy New Year! And
they go back to my earlier topic about why the hell is Trae Young? Why did he go to? Why out of all places is a Wizard? We finna see why. Hey, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit the noti bell, and follow my Twitch if you haven't already. Let's go and get it to the joint though, man.
And we are off to the races as we didn't even have to wait for a trade. I don't know if I'd call this blockbuster, but you're probably aware by now, Trae Young has been sent to the Washington Wizards for CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert. And if you haven't been paying too much attention yet, you might be asking yourself why? Why that package? Why to Washington? It's one of those that could feel random, and I promise you it makes a ton of sense for all the reasons I'm about to list. We actually talked about it on my second channel the day before it happened because it seemed likely enough, and I don't yet know how many reasons I have, but it will be in the title. So reason number 1, The trade market for Young just wasn't that great.
No,
this was
not
reported, but there's a very clear reason why. He is 27 years old. Yes, he's headed north. You look at his contract, and it's basically time to start talking extension. So any team that was going to trade for him had to basically say, hey, more likely than not, we are probably banking a good bit of the next era on Trae. The interest would have to be mutual, as it was with Washington. It was his top preferred destination. He knew this was one of
I don't looking at his numbers. It kind of makes sense now. I probably wouldn't have gave him an extension either. I'm not extending this nigga for another 2 years after I just paid him what? How much is that? It's like 108. Let me do the math. 40. I thought I just paid that nigga $94 million. Nah, you're not getting another. Hell nah. You're not finna. Nah, I see why. That nigga they weren't finna. Hell nah. That's after we done seen what you did for these first 7 years. I'm not finna offer you no more money. We gotta try something new. It makes sense now. See now that I'm seeing this,
and not we are probably banking a good bit of the next era on Trae. The interest would have to be mutual, as it was with Washington. It was his top preferred destination. He knew this was one of the teams that would actually extend him. If it was going to be a team that wasn't, he would be a little more than a rental. But he could really only leverage this with teams that want to trade for him. And the number of contending teams that probably wanted to trade for Trae is, I'm not gonna lie, in 2026, probably zero. Yes, there are a good bit of contending.
I'm sitting here looking at the list of teams that would just like, look.
Teams that could probably use a great shooting.
Look at these standings. Name a team on here that needs a Trae Young. Pelicans, no. Kings, no. Jazz, still no. Clippers, no. Mavs, no. Grizzlies, no. Blazers, no. Warriors, fuck no. And you just the teams that get better, and they still don't need a point guard like Trae Young. There's no team in the league that just needs a Trae Young, because it's just for the simple fact that he's not. You buy Trae Young, you're looking at one thing, and he's not even the greatest out of those two things, right? Well, you look at Trae Young, and he's not the greatest at shooting. He's not the greatest shooter. I can't fucking think. Basically, he's good at shooting and passing, but it's just like that's all I get. I don't get nothing else. And it really doesn't benefit more than just that. Majority of the players now, they benefit in all categories of the game. Shooting, passing, defending. They're as like fucking just they're meant like I can't explain it, but no team just needs or wants Trae Young. Put it simply, and I see why. It's just no team wants that because like
being point guard who is also a great playmaker.
Well, this is a terrible example. I wouldn't.
None of those teams need a PG that's going to come in and create their defense. Just put it out there. He is small. He does not play good defense. Even if he tries,
Because look, the Lakers already have this issue with Luka. You think they want a smaller? You think anybody would want a smaller version of that?
He is the one opposing teams will attack, which we can go out of order a bit that kind of leads straight to number 2. It is now the Jalen Johnson era in Atlanta. This has been pretty obvious the entire year. Even if you were just stat watching, you see their eye popping. But if you actually watch Jalen play, it's ridiculous. Johnson. He's not likely reached his potential. He's still in like his early-ish mid-20s. While he isn't great at defense himself, he doesn't have the auto size problem.
Yeah.
When ATL did not have Trae this year, they had actually worked up to around 12th in defensive rating. With the way the rest of this team is built, athletic forwards, wingspan.
Yeah, and the era of how the NBA looks, if you're not 6'7" or taller, what the fuck are you doing? Unless you're doing that shit, unless you're scoring unless you're scoring that bitch efficiently, damn near 30 a game. That's the only way that works. You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't just like, oh, you could just attack Jalen. So yeah, the one thing you don't do with a young asset like Johnson is waste his timeline. You could kind of see this coming, as I mentioned specifically for Atlanta, how weird it was to have Trae with all these young players. And that's what marked this as the year. They were going to have to make the decision. Are we going with Trae much further? Are we building around this core? They have chosen this core, which brings you to number 3 on this list. Yes, CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert, that seems light. But what you get there is CJ, who is on a $30 million expiring deal, and he's actually still good. And for a team that doesn't have much creation, for now, they can kind of plug him in and see if they can get to the playoffs. While he's going to come off the books, that's $30 million that will be free over summer. And then you get Corey Kispert, who, yeah, this roster also needs shooting. He can provide that at close to 40% from 3.
I don't know too much about.
So when you take a look at their salary sheet now, they will have Porzingis and CJ come off the books, and they will likely get a high pick because they have that swap option with Milwaukee and New Orleans. It's looking like it'll probably be New Orleans at this point, and they are projected possibly to get a top 3 pick. That becomes Atlanta's. That's why you didn't really need a home run trading Trae Young. You didn't need a ton back. You weren't even going to get a ton back. You now likely take this pick over summer and put it with a team that there is something there. I know the record isn't going to show it, but if they get a few things to go their way with the next couple of decisions, they could have something with the Jalen Johnson core going forward. Reason number 4, this also made sense for the Wizards. So it was mutual, as I said. Trae was interested. He knows he's going to get his money here most likely. In Washington, they haven't made a postseason since, well, they've only made one since 2018. Remember, a basketball team, an NBA team, is still a business. Every team is not trying to win a championship. Sometimes they're just trying to get a little bit ahead, have something to sell fans, have a general direction. And over the last month or so, they've actually looked somewhat decent. They have fascinating young guys on this roster. Alex Zar leading the league in blocks. Keyshawn George, if he ever puts it together.
I'll say this now. Next year, Alex Zar will be at least average of 20, I'd say. But I don't know what the.
It's going to be really good. The rookie Trae Johnson, that's a shooter. Bub will likely start coming off the bench, which might just be better for him, even though he's been playing better in the last month. And so you add what at his best is still a top level PG to a team that already wasn't that good at defense anyways. In the Eastern Conference, it seems like it's just going to infinitely be similar teams near the play-in, so they can probably rationalize a world where they start to point back towards the postseason, have what is still a marquee name in the league next to their young guys who are still developing. And yeah, you know what? It's pretty much just those 4 reasons right there. If I were to expand on one, yes, this being the Jalen era with cleared cap space and a top draft pick, imagine the possibilities here. I do know for some reason that Anthony Davis keeps coming up. I get it. He's playing good basketball.
Yeah, why the I've seen that too. But as a Hawks, I'm not a Hawks fan. Let me rephrase that. As somebody that watches the Hawks and likes the Hawks, I do not want AD on my team at all. Oh no, sir. In no point in time do I want. Well, there is a point in time where I would want AD on my team, but at this point in time, I do not want that nigga on my team. Like, sometimes you just gotta let the past be the past and like forget about some niggas, and that's one of them. I don't want that man on my team. I don't want that. What? So I can hear the news that he just got hurt again as he's playing for the Hawks. Nah, hell no. I don't want to see that.
I don't get why a team as young as the Hawks would look to him as the answer. I just really don't.
Like, well,
I think that's
the Hawks
jumping
are already
gun.
a young
if
team.
It ends up costing you, which if he's at a healthy stretch and he's playing well, it might. You'll be really mad if he's hurt towards the postseason or if the thing that always happens.
Yep.
But nonetheless, they will have a chance to make a really, really good decision, have a structurally sound team, and not be worried about tying up their cap with a player that has been there for a long time now and just quite frankly don't fit the timeline. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the 4 reasons why Trae Young is a Wizard, and it made sense for both sides. There should be a couple more names on the move here in the next month or so stay tuned.
Yeah,
and again, we actually talked about this trade a day before it happened on the second channel, kind of broke down why it would make sense. Wanted to revisit it because I do think there are.
Those are better. See, now that I'm watching this video, those are giving me better reasons on why Trae Young is a Wizard now. Do I still like it? Probably. Nah, I probably got to get. Nah, I don't know. But it makes a little bit more sense to me. I like those reasons. I'll give that bit a like. Oh, sorry, so. Anyways, hey man, if y'all like this type of content, like, comment, subscribe, hit the noty bell. Follow the Twitch if you haven't already. We'll be live daily, man. Make sure y'all tune into that. Otherwise, I'm finna get out of this joint though, man. Peace.